Pokémon Go has been released and plenty of players are already enjoying it, including us. But the game doesn't do a whole lot to teach you about its basics, mechanics, and other aspects. So we're here to break it down and go over some tips so that you can enjoy your Pokémon experience right away or when it's available. Pokémon Go is a free augmented reality mobile game on iOS and Android where the main goal is to catch Pokémon in your neighborhood. For now, only the Pokémon from Generation 1 are available to catch. However, what's available for players to catch is dependent upon their location. While catching Pokémon is the main focus, there are other goals as well, such as visiting Pokéstops and gyms, strengthening and evolving your Pokémon, and hatching eggs. Pokémon can be found in a variety of places as long as the Pokémon Go app is open. Pokémon will appear on the game's GPS map, and your phone will buzz to indicate when a new one is nearby. If you want to catch it, simply tap the Pokémon to initiate the capture phase. It is also possible to use the item Incense to temporarily increase the chances of a Pokémon appearing while walking, or, alternatively, you can install a lure module at a Pokéstop by tapping the blank area above the landmark emblem. This will temporarily lure Pokémon to that Pokéstop, and not just for you, but other Pokémon trainers too. As for finding new Pokémon outside your immediate area, well, you're gonna have to get out there and explore. That's a tough one, so as we've already mentioned, the types of Pokémon you can find change depending on the region. But if you're looking for a specific Pokémon in your area, there is a nearby Pokémon icon in the bottom right corner of the map that will show up to 9 Pokémon that are close, along with footstep symbols, which display how close you are to that Pokémon. 3 steps means it's within a kilometer, 2 steps 100 meters, 1 step means it's within just 10 meters, and no steps means you will encounter it soon. If you want to find a specific Pokémon, tap its icon to highlight it. This will change the nearby Pokémon icon to that particular Pokémon and its footsteps, making it slightly easier to pinpoint as you roam around. The map will also show shaking grass at times, which indicates a Pokémon should be around that area, though it's not always a guarantee. Unlike traditional Pokémon battles, you don't actually fight the wild Pokémon in Go. Instead, you just throw Pokéballs until one actually hits the Pokémon and captures it, but it only counts if it hits the Pokémon first before it touches the ground. Now during battle, a circle will appear around the Pokémon that comes in 3 colors, green, orange, and red, which respectively represent easy, medium, and hard catches. This dictates how likely a Pokémon is to break out of a Pokéball, and if a more difficult Pokémon escapes several balls in a row, it might run away. Fortunately, there are several items that can help better the odds of a successful capture, such as Great and Ultra Balls, as well as raspberries that can be fed to the Pokémon to make the next Pokéball thrown have a higher chance of capture. The colored circles serve another purpose though. It's not just capturing the Pokémon that matters, but how well you time the throw. So normally, each capture nets you 100 XP by default, though you'll get a 500 XP bonus if it's a new Pokémon. But you can increase that XP count even more the closer that colored circle is to the center of the stationary white one at the time of capture. So you'll receive a nice bonus of 10 XP if it's close, a great bonus of 50 XP if it's even closer, and an excellent bonus of 100 XP if it's dead center. And if that's not enough, you can net another minor bonus of 10 XP if you catch the Pokémon with a curveball, which you can do by shaking the Pokéball until it sparkles and then immediately flicking it. You can also double the XP you receive if a lucky egg item is used and in effect. Well, you can evolve them to start. Besides experience points, catching a Pokémon will always net the player 100 Stardust and 3 candies for that specific Pokémon's evolutionary chain. These items are required to make your Pokémon stronger, increase HP, and eventually evolve, both of which increase their combat power, or CP for short, and the higher the CP, the stronger the Pokémon. But there is a bit more to it, namely in relation to the Stardust. When you look at your Pokémon's CP, you will see an arc that a white line is filling in. This is the Pokémon's potential and it is broken up by percentages. Every 20%, the amount of Stardust needed to increase the Pokémon's power will increase as well. The first 20% is 200 Stardust, 21 to 40% is 400 Stardust, and so on until the maximum of 1000 Stardust. However, even if you have the right amount of Stardust, you won't be able to increase your Pokémon's CP past a certain percentage until your trainer level is high enough. The higher the level, the farther you can push its power on the scale. While one piece of candy is used for each power increase, the candies are mainly used to evolve Pokémon. Different Pokémon require different amounts of candy to evolve, but it's usually either 12, 25, 50, or 100. The lone exception is Magikarp, which requires 400 of its candies to evolve. Evolution will increase the Pokemon's CP, but it will not affect the CP scale percentage. Whatever it was at before evolution is where it'll stay afterward. CP is used exclusively at gyms, which is the only place battles can occur. While Pokemon gain CP, trainers gain levels. Those levels mark when certain things become available. The best example is how gyms cannot be claimed until the player has reached level 5, but this level also marks when new items become available, such as potions and revives, both of which are necessary now that battles can take place. Each level will give the player more of these items, as well as allow you to further increase the power of your Pokemon. In short, Pokemon gyms are essentially control points for players to claim on behalf of their team by assigning it a Pokemon. It's here that battles take place and currency can be earned. However, gyms can't be accessed until you reach level 5, and once you access one for the first time, you'll be prompted to pick one of 3 teams: Team Valor, Mystic, or Instinct, aka Teams Red, Blue, and Yellow. Each has a leader and are represented by one of the legendary birds, though it mainly serves as a way for players to divide themselves into groups. Each group can attempt to claim a gym as their own, which will net them Pokecoins for use in the shop. The coins are earned based on the number of gyms under your control though, and unfortunately, you can only earn 10 coins per gym with a max of 10. This makes earning Pokecoins rather tricky since it's the only way to obtain them in-game. The other option is to purchase them with real-world money in the form of microtransactions. The shop holds all the items we mentioned before, along with egg incubators, an upgrade to your bag to hold more items, and a Pokemon storage upgrade to hold more Pokemon. Gyms that are unclaimed are shown as silver, but if it's any other color, it's controlled by that team. To claim an empty gym, simply tap the icon on the left side of the screen to pick one of your Pokemon. That Pokemon will then defend the gym, but you will be unable to interact with it unless it's been defeated, so there's no way to further evolve it or increase its CP. Now, when under a team's control, the gym can gain levels in the form of prestige, which is earned when the controlling team wins battles against challenges. Obtaining prestige will increase the gym's level and allow for more players from your team to place their Pokemon in the gym in an effort to better defend it. On the other hand, if you challenge a gym, you're able to choose up to 6 Pokemon from your collection. Battles are incredibly simple, mainly consisting of the player tapping the screen to have their Pokemon attack, and swiping left or right to dodge enemy moves. Yeah, it may be simple, but dodging could really save your Pokemon. Now, every Pokemon has 2 attacks, their primary move and a special move that's charged during battle, which is automatically used as your next attack when ready. A Pokemon's special attack can be different even within the same species. One Pidgey could have Aerial Ace, while another has Air Cutter. However, winning a battle does not automatically make the gym yours. Instead, it'll lower its prestige points and it'll remain in their possession until the prestige reaches 0. Now, it is possible to challenge a gym again right away in order to quickly accomplish this, although your Pokemon's damage does not recover. The only way to currently heal your Pokemon is by using potions or revives, which are obtained through Pokestops and leveling up your trainer. It's also possible to battle against your own gym in order to test their defenses, raise its prestige, and earn XP. Of course, the higher your Pokemon's CP, the better chance it has in battle. Pokestops are places of interest near you where you can get free stuff. Who doesn't like free stuff? They could be buildings like churches, small local monuments or historical signs, and even public art projects. They are marked by a blue landmark emblem that enlarges once you are within range. By tapping on it, you can see what the point of interest is and sometimes even get information about it. Swiping across the marker causes it to spin and drop random items like Pokeballs, Pokemon eggs, potions, and revives, as well as a small amount of experience points. After using a Pokestop, its color will change to purple to show that it's already been used. However, it only takes a few minutes for it to refresh, allowing you to continually get new items if you so choose. When you receive a Pokemon egg, you can look at it in the Pokemon screen under the Egg tab. From here, you can place it in your incubator, which begins the process of hatching it and is powered by you walking. The distance is different for each egg, and we've seen them range from 2 kilometers to 10 so far. Once you begin Pokemon Go, you will have an incubator right away that can be used an infinite number of times. It is possible to find or buy more, but they have a limit of 3 uses. Finally, eggs will only hatch if the player is walking. Thanks to the GPS, Pokemon Go is able to determine your speed, so trying to cheat by riding in a car, train, or plane will not be counted toward the required distance. In addition, the app must be open while walking or it will not be counted. Medals are the achievements of Pokemon Go. They track how far you've walked, how many Pokemon you've caught and their types, how many gym battles you've won, and various other aspects. Each medal has a bronze, silver, and gold requirement that gradually increases the number needed to earn that achievement. Upon earning a medal, you will also obtain some XP. And that covers the basics of Pokemon Go. It's not too difficult to learn once you've got the hang of it, and can be addicting in its own way. Let us know if you have any tips of your own in the comments. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to Game Explained for more on Pokemon and other things gaming.